Holly, I love to see you on accountability group on vacation because, ma'am, that's how it's done. I love that. You are first, so we'll go around my box. I'll just call on people like we did last week. We'll just do numbers and move right through it.
Okay. Can't open the paper, it's windy.
I'm just proud of you for being here.
Okay. I don't know. I've done so far 27 invites to a party I'm having next Sunday.
Okay.
4 follow-up, 3 business invites, and then I've wished about 8 people happy birthday, and then tried to have semi-conversations with them about what they're doing for their birthday and all that stuff. More just, built relationship building. Let's see. Sorry. Let's see. I have 25 new friends. Shoot. As far as Facebook posts, I think I've done 6 business/personal, and then like 8 complete personal. Training was a little low this week, and I'm going to blame vacation for that. But I've done a couple of podcasts, and I've read our first 3 chapters of our book. And I think I'm at 160 PSQV. There's a couple of reorders, so I'm hoping. I know my party's going to do something. Not hoping, my party's going to do something. So.
I think this conversation at the end will be really helpful for you too, Holly, because you've done a lot. You've done a lot of new friend making and relationship building lately, and it is important for you to know how and when to really work in the middle of that.
Anybody know how to see how many friends they added that week without actually counting who accepted? Is there a way to do that?
If you go to your friends list. Oh, go ahead, Holly.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go to your Facebook, and it'll tell you your friends, and it'll tell you how many. Write that down, and the next Sunday do the same thing.
Oh, well, also, if you're on your desktop, at least it used to be, you go to your friends, and then you can categorize your friends, and you can see who are your new friends, like your newest friends. And I'm not sure if it has it may not have the date right there, but what you do is then you go to their profile, and you can say see friendship, and it'll tell you what day that you made that friend. So if it's that's the way it was the last time I checked. And I know that they have that feature, so try that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Jennifer.
All right, so I have 21 invites to products, and that's a little low. 7 new invites to the biz. As far as posting, 10 personal and 9 product. I did host 1 event. I went live for the first time Friday night, and I was terrified. Let's see, I made 5 new friends. None of the people from the party have committed yet, so I don't have any new PCs this week. I did mail out 2 sample packs to existing PCs to kind of introduce new products. I'm at 946 for PSQV, and that's up from 542 last week.
Awesome. Jody.
I'm such a rookie. I forget to unmute myself. Okay, let's see. I had 10 invites to, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 10 invites to products. I have 9 new friends. I had, let's see, I did not do any business invites this week and no business conversations, and I did not have any live product conversations this week. I listened to a couple of Bob's podcasts this week, and I had 5 Facebook posts. I did Penny 4 times completely. I kept my stories up pretty much 24/7. And I am working on, I have a group, Facebook group I have one for my PCs, but then I have another one just for trying to build my team and get clients, basically. So I am doing a giveaway within my group. I started that this week, and I am trying. That giveaway is like getting the number of my group members up. So I started with 76 at the beginning of the week, and I gained 10 group members this week, and then my giveaway is going to go through the end of September. So I'm doing 2 giveaways, and this is just kind of random. I don't know if you want to hear this or not, but I'm doing 2 giveaways within my group, and then I have a friend that she runs a Facebook group and has a business that's completely different than Rodan and Fields, and I'm doing a giveaway within her group, and she has like, I mean, my group is puny. My goal for my giveaway is to get up to 150 people on my group. That's going to be where I want to be before I do the giveaway. That's the incentive. And then she's letting me go over to her group, and I'm going to give away Protect and Blur in her group and be able to go live. And she's got like 700 members, and they're from all over the country. So I'm excited about that. But anyway, let's see. Oh, and my PSQV is 800, up from 180.
You do a really good job branching out and meeting new people. You're super creative with that, and I think that that's going to go well for you. I think that's going to get you, like we always say, some of the people that are going to join you and be the most successful in business, you don't even know them yet, and you do a really good job of finding them, because let's face it, whether you're new or you've been around for a while, I can promise you some of the people that are going to make the big impact in your business, you don't even know them yet. So, Brooke.
I did 53 product invites, 39 business, 4 business conversations with the first third-party tool. One of them went to the second third-party tool. 41 new friends, because I have nothing else to do with my life. Sorry, my dog's annoying. I did 2 events this week, but I only got 1 new PC out of them, so I'm still working some. I did 5 trainings, and my PSQV is up from 700 to 1493.
Awesome. Allison.
Hi. So I had 35 invites to the product, 5 to the business, no live conversations, 4 new friends. I did my personal development this week was the language training that you posted from last week's accountability call, and started our book club book, The One Thing. I had 4 personal social media posts and 4 Rodan and Fields, and my PSQV is up from 248 to 693.
Okay, that's awesome. You've seen some serious movement in your business over the past few months. I'm really excited for you. Trish.
Okay, I had 0 invites to product. I had 35 invites to biz. I shared 4 third-party tools. I had 2 business conversations. I didn't have any 3-ways. 5 personal Facebook posts, 2 RF posts, and no events. And I don't have my PSQV numbers at the moment.
Becca.
Needed to go first. I've not had a good week, and the last 2, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be gross.
This is a not good zone.
Nope. Yep. I've just kind of had a blah week overall. So, and it reflects because I allowed it to. So I only had 2 invites to the products that was related to the reverse challenge specifically. I don't have any numbers for anything else. I've been reading the book, Get Over Your Damn Self. I love it. And I had listened to, I don't know if you sent it, or somewhat one of Bob's podcasts. I had listened to it
It's
during
in
a
his
walk one
challenge.
day. Maybe. But there was some reason that what I posted was on my mind too, about getting stuck in the relationship building.
Oh no.
I don't know. I can't think about it right now. I had 4 business Facebook posts and 8 personal. All of my customer orders have run, so my PSQV is up from 731 to 1472. And I'm carrying my organizational volume. It's up from 859 to 1684. So my team's not doing much of nothing.
Find a new one.
I need to
Tanya,
do. I gotta have those conversations.
get over your damn self and find a new one. I didn't say it, she did.
All right, invites to products, 34, invites to biz, 32, no live product combos, 1 business combo, 6 new friends, 3 videos were sent out. I hosted 1 event. I did some daily experiences. Nobody shared a win. What's up with that?
You're right. Nobody did.
I did for the going live for the first time.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
Good job.
Dang it,
Well,
that's a big one too. We all know that's a big one.
And okay, so my win was I helped a friend and team member go live, and now she's more comfortable with it. So that was huge. Facebook post, personal 10, RF4, did penny 4 days. PSQV, 1175 to 1665. My org is pretty much me, 1291 to 1888. 1 new PC.
Great. That's awesome. Hey, Tracy, you ready?
So invites to product, I had 6. I had no business conversations, no new friends, no third party. I did host 2 events. Those were launches for new Cs, and then no personal development. My 2 wins is that I have 2 more launches scheduled for next week. And then Facebook posts, I had 5 rodent in fields. I had 4 personal, and then stories, I had 5 and 5. In event product combos, I had 13. So I separated out like the people that I'm talking to you about during events compared to like actual reach outs. And then PSQV is up from 1421 to 1535. Org volume is up from 1518 to 2142. And then no new PCs, no new Cs. This week was rough for me. My husband has COVID, and yeah, so he was hospitalized. He's out of hospital. He's going to be okay, but it's just been kind of house stuff, taking care of the families, like one thing after another, I feel like, with my family lately.
It's tough. It's tough. Miranda. Hi.
Hi. So I did 40 reach outs this week. I did 5 business reach outs, 1 that's interested in the business. And I did the invite to the 7 people for the reverse challenge. I did that. And then I used Penny 3 times this week. And I have 5 new friends. That's it.
I want you to share a win, because I know you've had a hard week and you need to find a win.
I have no idea right now
I want you to
what that is.
think about it while we're on
Maybe,
here.
I mean, the win potentially could be that I could be having a business partner soon.
Do you know what you're doing next with her?
Do what?
Do you know what you're doing next with her? What your next step is with her?
Yeah, I'm going to follow up. I'm going to give her some time though, and then I'm going to reach out and follow back up with her.
Let's touch base on it later.
Okay.
That is a win. That's exciting.
Yep.
Becca, you need to come up with a win too.
Yeah. Yep. Brittany.
Hey,
Hi.
much better week than last week. Invites to products, I think it was about 5, but it was the reverse. I just specifically invited a few people. Invites to the biz, I had 2 like that I was really, really hoping would want to do it, and they were hard no's, like just nope, okay. Live product combos, I have them actually almost daily with people, so that's always good. New friends, I'd say about 6 to 10, which is kind of a win for me because I don't invite people to my social media that are acquaintances. I usually have people that I know really well, so that was something stepping out of my comfort zone on that. Third-party validation was 0. Hosted event, we're having one at the end of the month. Tracy and I are going to collab, and hopefully it'll be a big success. Facebook post, I had 5 written in fields and 2 personals, and I have another one going up tonight. Penny, I was every day. My PSQV went from 97 to 335. And then I had a lot of personal catching up chats, kind of that relationship stuff. I don't know where to go with these sometimes, where I'm like catching up with people and they say, like, they totally ignore that I commented about written fields, and then I'll be like, hey, how are things going? I see you're back in Colorado. And then I'm like, have I told you I'm doing written fields? They'll be like, yeah, we're in Colorado, it's great. And like totally ignore that I brought up written fields. So I don't know. Another win of mine, both my dad and my uncle are using written fields. So
that's exciting.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
That's all I got.
That is exciting. We'll talk about that when we're talking about relationship building here in just a second. I had 13 invites to products, 5 invites to business, 1 live product combo, 2 new friends. Haven't hosted any events, or I didn't host any events this past week. I am for personal development and training, so the Sunday training, rereading the one thing, and then these podcasts. For those of you that did not see, I put an invite. The guy we really like a lot, his name is Bob Heilig, and he's doing it's free. It's a Love, Serve, Grow challenge, and I would highly recommend that you do it. It's free, and he's really good. And so I was listening to his podcast as a refresher for that. Share a win. I got a new PC. I broke the dry spell. Went like 4 weeks with no new PCs. Not really. But it was directly correlated to the work I was doing, and I know it every single time. So I got a new PC, and she's really excited about her products. And then had 7 RF business related Facebook posts and 10 personal ones. Back in my stories again still. Been Penny fully on 2 days. That was kind of dumpy. I should have done better than that. I've got 4 direct EC legs right now. I'm really hoping that updates by the end of the day. PSQV is 2,094, up from 844. Org volume is 36,317, up from 19,842, and we are still really behind. I promised you guys total transparency in this group, and that is about 10,000 behind where we were on this day last month. And so before we talk about relationship building really quick, I just want to bring your guys' attention to, if you don't know or you haven't seen it, because I've noticed visibility in Facebook groups has been weird. But for those of you that are direct to me, if I tag you in something, if you'll tag your active directs, because I know everybody isn't seeing everything right now. On our team right now, reasons for yours and my numbers to be huge next week are that we have a reverse challenge going on. And that is go invite everyone you freaking know with skin that does not have crazy sensitive skin to do the reverse challenge. They buy the box, they take a picture on or before October the 1st. They take another picture when the box is empty or by January the 1st. We will vote as a team on who has the best before and after. Whoever wins, I will give them $100, and they'll have a chance to win up to $200 in products from Rodan and Fields. And quite frankly, I'm thinking about giving that away myself, but don't promise that. Just promise them $100 cash and possibly a surprise as well. So you guys need to be inviting everybody. This is one of the ways that we grow our before and after base. It's a really exciting thing to talk about. It's a lot of fun, honestly, and you can really get your customers in on it and get new customers in with that. So please take that challenge and go run with it. We don't have before and afters. If you guys and me, we don't all go find the skin to make the before and afters. So that's one thing. And the second thing is that I challenged everybody to up their PSQV by 10% from last month. And so what I'd love to see you do, I'm going to be doing it as soon as we get off this call. I want you to go look at your PSQV from last month, figure out what 10% is, and I want you to post it for accountability underneath that post on the team page, okay? Has everybody seen it? Tracy, I love your face right now. Tell me more about that.
I was just thinking, like, last month was insane for my little team, and like, I'm like thinking about like, oh my goodness, like to get to that point, what would we need to do? I honestly think that the thing that me and Brittany are doing is gonna be huge. So fingers crossed, but I'm like thinking of that number.
I love your question, because that's the only question that any of you guys should be asking yourself. To get to that number, what will I need to do? That's it. That's the only question that needs to go in your head and then out. And then be on the lookout. I'm going to be hosting a team event, I think on Thursday. If I can get it up by tonight, we'll do it on Thursday. If I can't get it up by tonight, give me some grace, and I'm going to change the date a little bit. Okay. That's all. Trisha, I want to hear I want to hear your ideas.
Okay, so I actually have 3 things that I would recommend for, getting out of the relationship building. Or you want to reach out to somebody, but maybe you want to just like chit chat a second, see how they are without just diving right in. So, the first thing that I like to follow, I remember Bob always telling us about this, like, have a conversation like you're running into somebody at the grocery store. Like if you see somebody, you're not going to be like, hey, I don't know if you're interested or not, but, and you just go into your spiel. So you'd be like, hey, how are you? Let them answer. And then like you have a little chit chat back and forth, a little banter, whatever, and then you can go into it. Something that I started doing this past 2 weeks, which has been pretty cool. I think I've had a lot of responses to it. I say their name. So let's say, Katie, ! How are you? ? I have a question for you. ... And I wait for them to respond. And a lot of people are actually responding because they want to know what I'm going to ask. They think it might be something not Rodan and Fields related. And so it's actually really cool because people are responding, and we might have a little bit of chit chat back and forth if they actually tell me how they are. Some people are just like, hey, what's up? But some people are like, I'm doing good. What's up? And so I'll say, hey, I'm so glad you're doing so good. And then I'll go into it, and I can post some language below, but I will go into then what I would say. So that's number 1, what you can do, just to have a little chit chat. Like you're letting them know that you're going to ask them a question. Another reach out that I like is, hey, hold on, let me think. So just like, hey, put their name in there. Hey, Sally, how are you? I am so sorry. I haven't followed up in so long. So 1, you're telling them like, hey, I'm following up. Like they can expect some type of like follow-up question there. Like they can kind of understand that you're going to come with something business. Like, I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to follow up, or I'm so sorry I haven't followed up with you in so long. But you're still saying like, hey, how are you? So sorry I haven't followed up with you. So people really respond well to that one for me too. And then once we get the little chit chat out of the way, then I can go into what I can ask them about Rodan and Fields. Is now a better time for you to learn a little bit more about the products, the consultant side of things? Like that works well for me.
I really love that you said that, because like the grocery store thing, and I guess Bob's where I got it from. When you guys are stuck on language, and we have all been there, and we all get there, really what you need to do is, what in the world would you say to their face? Like that little paragraph that you just typed, would you say that to them if you ran into them at the grocery store? Goodness, no. And I really think if you can't get it out of your mouth, don't type it.
And if you're brand new, you know, like everybody feels like they get stuck on language when they're brand new. Well, like, what would you say? Like, you know enough about your business or your opportunity. Like, you're not going into any detail. But if you walked up to somebody, and what would you say to them? Like, what would be the thing that what would you say as an invite? You know, like, hey, I don't know if you saw, but I joined Rodan and Fields. Are you open to learning more about it? Are you interested in learning more about it? Like, it's really that simple. Is that funny?
Or like, do you like the launches you guys are having and the events that we're hosting? The question is, hey, do you want to come? It's gonna be so much fun. That's what that's what I type, because that's what I would say. Like, I'm having this thing, I'm super excited about it. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Do you want to come? That's it.
So the third thing that I do is I will pick people that I will reach out to, casual conversation. So maybe like this whole week, I'm going to have my 35 reach outs, whatever. It's just going to be casual conversation. I'm going to catch up. How are you? Of course, not everyone's going to respond to my message of just catching up. But then if the conversation for some reason goes to Rodan and Fields, fine. But if it does not go to Rodan and Fields and you can't really find a way to insert what you do in there, then that's no big deal. And side note, if someone asks you, hey, like if you ask somebody, hey, what's new? How have you been? Right? Most of the time they'll come back and be like, what's new with you? You better be saying, I started a business with Rodan and Fields. Like, if you're just saying, oh, we're good, we're just over here, whatever, like, you better be mentioning my business with Rodan and Fields. It is so much fun. And so I'll reach out to whatever people, small talk. And then 2 weeks later, I will reach out about Rodan and Fields. Whatever time frame you want to do it, 30 days, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, it doesn't really matter. But you're just going to be like, I am so sorry that I have not asked you this yet. I don't know if you noticed my business with Rodan and Fields. Do you have any interest in learning more about it? So that, like, for me satisfies that I'm not just like jumping in cold market, not even having a conversation with you, but we're chit-chatting, learning a little bit about each other, you know, get in people's stories. Like, it's so easy to comment back on people's stories. I mean, that's like an easy way to get in somebody's inbox, just for them to start noticing you. So those are my 3 ways that work well for me.
Becca, do you have any feedback on that? Because I know other people feel the same way, but that was your question. How do you feel about it? Yeah.
No, it's good. And I think I feel like we touched on it maybe a little bit last week, about how you don't want people, because someone said that at one point, like, oh my gosh, have you just been talking to me this whole time just to talk about your business?
Someone said that to me.
Okay. And it, you know, and I guess that's always like my fear, is like, because I don't want people to think like that's the only reason I'm like talking to them or having conversations or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
I can speak for some of you that I know well enough, and I really do mean this. If you present yourself as a person the way that I know you do, if you are the kind of person that you are, if you are on Facebook the way you are, if you build the relationships that you do, and someone asks you that, Becca, that has way more to do with them than it does with you. Way more. Yeah. And I mean, some of you I don't know very well yet, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it actually goes for every single one of us. If somebody said that to me, I would probably be very offended, because that's way more on them. Well, maybe not that much, but I mean, way more on them than it is on me, because you know your intention. And I mean, really, like, we know everybody's intention here. Come on.
And if you, I mean, I know that feeling of like the conversation drags on and then you're like, do I pop the question? Do I not? You know, and people don't like an ulterior motive. You know, I think people do really like directness when it comes to something like this, you know, and but if someone has that feeling, like, you know, whatever the girl said to me that one time, I was just like, it's my job with this to serve and help you. So if I can serve and help you, that's what I'm here to do. Just getting to know what's going on in your life to see if I can serve and help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a great response. I just wanted to see how I can serve and help you. Oh.
But hold on a second here. Brittany, when you said like you had mentioned your business, you know, when you brought it up with your friend, whatever, most of the time when I'm bringing it up, people don't comment back, but it is a really great way to bring it in their awareness that you have a Rodan Fields business, and like, don't expect them to be like, oh my God, that's awesome. Because people just won't. I mean, they won't, but at least they know about it. And then at some point you can follow up with them and then ask the question.
Yeah.
I've actually had that happen quite a bit too, like where you know, if you're catching up with somebody and you mention it, and like several times, even like just because it naturally comes up in the conversation, because you know, when this is like what you do, I mean, that's what, you know, it's just like them talking about their job and like what they do or something that they love. And yeah, like it's so funny when like they don't mention a single word back to you, not even like a, oh, cool, I'm glad you found something you liked, or you know what I mean, like anything like that.
Jennifer, you just asked the question on there, can we talk giveaways, examples without breaking our own bank? Anybody else can chime in here too if they want, but my advice to you is to keep it so simple. On the months that I don't need anything in my CRP, which are few and far between, but I will order essentials. I will order an extra face mask, an extra eye cream. I will order one of those, and I keep it very simple. All orders this month go into a drawing for this product that I was going to buy anyway. Keep it so simple, please. Do not break the bank doing some fun, crazy giveaway, especially at this point in your business, because quite frankly, you can't give enough away to make people want to do something that they don't want to do anyway. And if you only got that person as a customer because of your giveaway, I can almost guarantee you they'll be a once every 6 months orderer, because they only came for a deal to begin with. They only came for something free. And so please keep it simple and complicate it. I do essentials or a face mask. Every so often I'll do an eye cream, but that's it. You could do a little goodie bag. You could get some of those spa headbands. I do have those too. Some little cheaper spa headbands from Amazon. Make a little cute pack out of it.
People love those dang spa headbands.
They do.
Oh my gosh.
I get a pack of 15 at a time on Amazon. And
I ordered them too. I think they're at the post office waiting for me.
Great. That's what I do. I take whatever I have up here, and it's normally an essentials or a face mask these days, and I put it in a cute little thing, and I raffle it for orders done. This month I'm actually doing a little something different. I'm raffling it for posts either in their stories or Facebook page. So if they will post some selfie with product or testimony or like whatever, just something about Rodan Fields and tag me in it, then they're going into a drawing for a reverse mask, because quite frankly, I need to extend my friends again at this point in my business. I got to meet some new people. So.
And do you have anything else you want to talk about, Sarah?
Huh?
Do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
I only wanted to bring up because we're at 36,000 and it's the 20th. I wanted us to talk about conversion rate, about the fact that it's the 20th of the month, and how do you take all of those people that you're talking to and turn them into PSQV. So outside of that, whatever you want to bring up, it's great. It's our group.
So this past week, past 2 weeks, I've been like following, I like to go back in my messenger like a year and then make my reach out list from there. But my list has been like people, I'm looking at it and like, it's people that I don't really want to work with, like, to be honest, but I'm asking them the question anyways. And I'm like, God, this just doesn't feel right. I don't know. Like, I don't know. And so my plan for the rest of the month is, first, I have had so much success when I do it this way. So when I find somebody that I really feel like would be good at the business, maybe I don't even really know them, but for whatever reason, their profile stands out to me. Maybe they're, big network, maybe they're just really pretty or whatever the case is. So when I reach out to them like this, and this has to be a voice message, by the way, I'll say, hey, so I know we don't really know each other, but since we became friends, every time I come across your profile, I cannot help but think you'd be really good at what I do. Maybe your thing may not be your thing. In there, I'll insert like, you're really well networked, you're gorgeous. Obviously, it's not a prereq, but it doesn't hurt. And then I'll say something like, maybe your thing may not be your thing. Totally fine either way, but I wanted to ask you if you're interested in learning more. The majority of the time when I reach out to people like that, I always get a response back. And most of the time people are like, oh my God, you just made my day. And so reaching out to those people that are actually prospects, like good prospects, not just like every person in my Facebook page that maybe feels like really easy to reach out to because they're not intimidating or whatever. So what I'm doing for at least the next 2 weeks is I have a list of 20 hot prospects. Like, okay, they're not hot prospects yet, but they're like dream teamer type people. I maybe know them, maybe don't know them, but they're dream teamers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a, what's it called? A friends list?
Yeah.
Friends list. So you can just make a list, whatever, but you can actually categorize them into a friends list on Facebook. You have to do it on your desktop. They don't know that they're getting categorized. So you can just click on this list and then all of their stuff will pop up. So what I'm going to do for the next 2 weeks is I'm going to comment on their stuff. I'm going to get in their messages however I can, comment on their stories. So I'm going to do that for 2 weeks. And then I'm going to ask the question in the exact same way that I just explained to you. And all of those other people that I'm looking at that are on my list and I'm like, just not feeling you, sorry. I'm going to ask them about products because normally I do lead with the business, but those people I can't genuinely reach out to them and be like, oh my God, I think you'd be so good at this. Cause I'm like straight up lying if I did that. And so I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to probably do the thing where I say, hey, how are you? Question for you. They're going to respond back to me. Hey, are you interested in learning more about which Rodan & Fields products would be best for your skin? Maybe you're interested in switching up your routine. So I'm really excited about that because I have so much good response when I reach out to people that way. When it's like genuine, I really think they'd be good at it. And these are the people that you're kind of scared to reach out to. They're not the easy ones. But I'm going to build relationship with them for like 2-ish, 3-ish weeks and then ask the question.
I honestly think that's probably one of the most favorite things I've ever heard you say, because you can waste a lot of time bringing in the wrong people. And please hear me right when I say the wrong people. You can waste a ton of time, a ton of effort, a ton of energy. What she just said is something that if you don't know it, you can go all into it or you can just tiptoe. But that law of attraction, she is over there putting her mind on the people that she wants. She's visualized who it is she wants to work with. She's paying attention where attention needs to be paid. And I would almost put money on the fact that you'll bring a decent half of them in.
At some point.
If you guys were listening to the way that she just said everything, it's so intentional. You have to be so intentional about how you want to build your business and about the fact that you'll be successful. You're not really sure when, but you know that you'll be successful at building a great relationship with them and asking them the question. That's awesome.
And 4 years ago, I would have had anybody join me, but really the people that you have join you, you really do need to treat it like dating. Like, is this person like a special person? Is this somebody that you want to work with? Is this person like qualify to be in your circle? And I'm not saying that we should prejudge the other people because it could totally change their life too, but let's just start you on products. And then maybe at some point you might want to transition to be a consultant, but
I love it. I do. Real quick before we go, we'll talk about it again next week because we still have 2 weeks in business left, but I would love to hear everybody's favorite, young, new or old, everybody's favorite ways when the end of the month comes up, you don't have the PSQV that you want or you don't have any PSQV at all. What do you do to convert these messages that have gone unread? What do you do? What kind of urgency do you put behind it? Because at the end of the day, none of us are, I mean, we're ending the month well. Like, that's it. I mean, nobody's wanting to end the month at 0. That's not what we're here for. So what do you do? What are your favorite go-tos?
I have had success by sending out messages of saying I'm one PC away from meeting my goal, and I'll get responses like, well, what do you need me to do? So because they genuinely want to help me out. So that has worked.
All right.
I mean, this is only month 3 for me, so I think I'm doing okay.
I have also had success with that message in the past. That's one of the fun things about month end is that's a great one to go for. You can want 5 more orders and you can keep saying I'm 1 order away because you always want 1 more, right? That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that that's been working for you. Who else?
I've done that, and then I remember I will never forget that month because it was the only time I was like almost gonna miss my EC the last May, and I had a party at my house because we could have parties at our house or I could have parties at my house back then. But yeah, and that really helped a lot. I had several really good orders that night. So obviously, like if you can't have people to your house, do a virtual, because virtuals just don't take a lot of time. It's not like you need to give people 2 or 3 weeks notice that they need to be online.
I think a virtual would be really good, and then obviously like set a time frame for it to close out, open for 40 hours for shopping. That would be good.
And if you're trying to hit like before month end, because I'd actually thought about that for this month, is like, if you do it on like the 28th or whatever, however many days are in the month, like do it a couple days before month end, and then you've got those 2, like if you're like you had said 48 hours to like close it out and stuff, and you can get it in before the month is over.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love that too.
I typically
Sorry.
go ahead.
One thing I've done that I've had some success with is just calling or reaching out again if I've been talking to someone about products and just saying, hey, I get paid by the month and it's month end and I'm trying to wrap my month up, and I would just love it if I could go ahead and get this order in for you. It would really, help me, and, you could get your product sooner. Can we do that? And I was a little scared to do that at first because I felt like, I didn't want to be too pushy, but people are like, oh yeah, sure, and I just have to remember, we all do, is that obviously this is a priority for us, but it's not always, even if they care and they want their skin to look better, it's not always on the top of their mind like it is ours every
You're
day.
exactly right. And there's nothing wrong with letting, because by the way, nobody else knows or cares if you haven't figured that out. Hey, like we work on a month-to-month basis. And so at the end of the month, you should always be going back through your messages, especially from that month, even the month prior, and saying, hey, I'm trying to close up my month. Can I go ahead and get your order placed? You don't need to say anything more than that. And people will be like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that stuff I was going to order. I'm excited about that. Thanks. Here's my billing information. That's awesome.
So something that I transitioned from, in the beginning, I used to place everybody's order for them, and now I've transitioned to not doing that at all. But I will tell you, you'll get some orders placed much quicker if you do that. And so I don't think it's a terrible idea. You can always, the key to doing that is obviously giving them their login information and then saying like, here it is, teaching them really briefly how to manage it. But essentially we figure out what they want and I say, okay, cool, I can place your order for you. And most of the time they're like, okay. And I say, I just need your email, your billing info. Then that's all, your address. And they gladly send it over. And it's easy peasy, because if you're waiting for them, you're probably going to be waiting a long time half the time.
It's definitely why, for those of you guys that are in the beginning of your business, probably a lot of the advice that you've been given is place the order yourself. And the reason is because you're in the beginning of your business, your PSQV is a little bit more, I mean, it's urgent that the business needs to be built. And the fastest way to do that is to get it yourself and go ahead and get it in because it's only a priority to you. And then
that's what I was going to say, Sarah. Like, if there's one thing y'all have taught over and over is that, and it's not them being rude or like anything like that. It's just, it's not a priority to them. So, yeah, because y'all even, I remember one lady kept going on and on, and I think you or Trisha, one of the two, said on a thing like, just say, hey, just send me this information. This is all I need, and I'll get your order in. Like, just very direct. Like, I need this, this, and this, and I will do it for you, whatever. Which is what I normally tell them, but there was something a little different with the language. That
it's very courteous to it's very courteous to be professional. It's kind to be professional, because with my customers, with the majority of my customers, I actually have two relationships with them. You know, I have the relationship where Sarah shows up and she's calling about something business. I need to get right to it. There's a reason I'm calling, or there's a reason that I'm texting you right now. Can we just get to it? And then there's the other Sarah that will show up with them, and I'm relationship building and things of that nature. But you should have a switch where you go into professionalism and you're just getting right to it.
I don't recommend managing their account. However, I mean, that's very time consuming a lot of the time, but it's very easy to hand it back to them, and it's easy to manage.
I say
to place their orders for them, actually. So,
and I think you and I both have spent a lot of time over this past year handing accounts back to people, a lot. And one of the things that I say now is, I'll place your first order for you, and after that, I'll teach you how to use your account. That's exactly what I say. And then guess what? That's exactly what I do. Here, take it. I don't want it anymore. It's not mine. It's yours. Anybody got anything else? Well, stay tuned. Hopefully I can get this invite up tonight. If I can't, just guys give me a little bit of grace, and I'll get it up soon. But we're going to do, for those of you who have not watched that training, that, crap, what's her name? I got it right here. Oh, Kim Cartwright, that's her name. That Kim Cartwright did on that Sunday night. Go watch it. Go on the Rockin' Robins page and search Kim Cartwright and go watch it, because that's what we're going to be doing. Like I said, I hope we're going to be doing it on Thursday, but maybe Friday or Saturday. Just look for it. It's coming soon. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.